right? So what are they?
Northwest corner method,
Okay,
least cost method,
okay.
What's appropriation method.
Vogel's appropriation method, northwest corner method, least cost method, and Vogel's appropriation method, right? Is it clear, my board? Any disturbance you are getting?
It's clear.
No, sir, it's clear.
It's clear. Fine. Thank you. Okay. So yesterday, which we discussed about initial basic feasible solutions, which is northwest corner method, least cost method, and even Vogel's approximation method. Okay. The final problem which you are watching right now on the board. Okay. So once if you do the once if you calculate penalties under WAM method, then based on that, then highest penalty, then we'll identify that row or column which where we got that highest penalty, and we we find a minimum value in that row or column. Then based on that demand and supply, if it is minimum value, then we are going to be allocate. So we'll repeat the same procedure till to complete the entire table, and after that finally which we are going to be calculate total transportation cost, and we'll show that value to the examiner. This is what we did as of now yesterday's session. Okay, now today I'm going to explain to you most important one. Definitely 99, not 99, 100% you will get this question, this type of questions. Okay, so see, how many of you remember I said before starting this transportation problems, we discussed this particular point, m plus n minus 1 condition, m plus n minus 1 condition. Okay, so what is that m plus n minus 1? What is that m plus n minus 1?
Rows and columns is equal to the number which we allocate in the box.
So
column.
we should get m plus n minus 1 condition. Okay, so now if you check here, right, in the same problem, 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay, so 3 rows which is m, right, and columns which is 4. 3 plus 4 minus 1, which is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 allocations we got. Okay, so when you are solving problem, right, in the transportation, so you have to check whether this is a non-degeneracy condition or degeneracy condition. Okay, now any one of you can please tell me if it is m plus n minus 1 condition which is satisfying, that is called
Non-degeneracy.
Non-degeneracy. Okay, so if your allocations is less than m plus n minus 1 condition, then that is called degeneracy. Okay, so if you are getting this less than or equals to m plus n1, less than equals to m plus n minus 1 condition, then that is called degeneracy. Okay, so this degeneracy condition we'll discuss after 11 o'clock, right? Now which I'm going to be explaining to you one more important method in the transportation problem, that is optimality. Okay, so to find out any transportation problem, right, if they ask you find out the optimality, then we have one more method which is called Modi method, Okay, so any one of you can please tell me what is Modi means?
Modified distribution.
Modified distribution method. Modified distribution method is also called UV method. Is also called UV method, right? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
So see, in the examination, when you are reading question, right, so thoroughly read and understand what they asked. Most of the students, right, so you are familiar with the northwest corner method and least cost method and even Vogel's approximation method because it's the easiest one. Then without reading entire problem, you will apply northwest corner, least cost method and even Vogel's approximation method, and you will say yes, hooray, I done, I got the answer, and you will with a happy face outside. Then one of your friends say about that, boss, you did not rate optimality which they asked. Then your face may become dull. Okay, so they may ask you directly, solve the following transportation problem by using Modi method. They may say, solve the following problem by using any initial basic feasible solution and show the optimality. Suppose if you heard or if you read this word, show the optimality, what they're asking?
Modi.
Modi
Modi method. That's it. Okay, clear? So if you read that word, solve the following transportation problem by using northwest corner method or maybe least cost method or maybe Wurzel's approximation method and find the optimality. If they mention that, then definitely you have to apply Modi method. Or sometimes maybe they may mention like this, solve the following transportation problem by using Modi method, or they may say solve the following transportation problem by using UV method. Right, in the transportation problem, so you should know the other name. Each and every method we have other name, right? What is that first one, which is northwest corner method, is also called stepping stone method.
Stone method.
Least cost method is also called lowest cost entry method, is also called
Minima method.
matrix minimum method. Wurzel's approximation method is also called
Unit cost penalty method.
unit cost penalty method. Okay, so if anyone asks you even at midnight what is the other name, then you should able to recollect. Okay, so I'm taking same problem, right, to solve the solve and apply this Modi method. Okay, so I will redraw this particular one, right? So we are applying Modi method now. I think hope you noted down this particular problem, right? And even allocations also. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyone, is it Shravani?
Yes, sir.
Shravani, tell me the values. I'm rubbing this one. Tell me the values.
Okay.
So it's 3 rows and 4 columns, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's 3 rows and 4 columns. So I'm drawing here, which is 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay, tell me allocation.
సార్ కొద్దిగా కిందికి రాయండి సార్, కనిపించట్లేదు.
Okay, because it will take my entire board, which is why I'm drawing. So this is not required. Just I'm writing the same problem. That's it.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay. Yeah. Shravani, you please tell me X11, that transportation cost and allocation.
X11 transportation cost is 19, sir.
19.
Allocation is 5.
Okay. Next.
X22 30.
X22 30.
Allocation is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Oh.
Wurzel's approximation method.
Okay, sorry.
Wurzel's approximation method.
Okay, sir. 30, X23 50.
One second. Okay, right. 50.
X2 50, X24 10.
10.
And allocation is 2.
Okay, good.
Coming to second line, 70,
Mm-hmm.
30,
Mm-hmm.
40. Allocation is 7.
Okay.
60.
Okay.
Allocation is 2.
Okay.
40.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
Allocation is 8.
Okay.
70.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
Allocation is 10.
Fine. This is what we got, right? So see, in the Modi method, definitely they may not ask you apply initial basic feasible solution. They may directly give this by applying any method, either maybe northwest corner method or maybe least cost method or maybe Vogel's approximation method, allocations. Now listen, one more basic funda. If they gave you problem, right, without allocations, what you need to do? What you have to do?
We have to find initial
Yes.
basic.
So you have to find out by applying any initial basic feasible solution and allocations. Is it clear?
We don't take demand and supply in this.
No, not required for the Modi method.
Okay.
Okay. So in the examination, if they did not give allocations, so you need to find out by using any one method, either maybe northwest corner method or maybe least cost method or maybe Vogel's approximation method. Now let me give one important thing. Even I told this last 2 days back itself. When you are solving and or else maybe if they ask you choose any one option under initial basic feasible solution, so which method you will choose?
VAM method.
Method only. Don't choose northwest corner method and least cost method, VAM method, which is why even I gave yesterday one particular problem. Maybe if you solved, right, those who are already solved, if it is northwest corner method, I think Savani solved. Savani, you have taken value, right? You please tell me the answers, no problem.
For northwest corner method, total transportation cost is 202.
202, fine, good.
LCM method, it is 121.
Yeah.
VAM method, it is 62.
VAM method?
62.
So see, first value is different, second value is different, third value is different. Is it decreasing or increasing?
Decreasing, sir.
Decreasing. So cost has to be decreased. So which method is the best one? VAM method is the best one, right? So if you adapt northwest corner method, so you are increasing cost. So what is your prime motto when you are talking about cost? Cost has to be decreased, right? So which is why VAM is the most important one. Apply VAM method, then you will get allocations.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, you are saying in Modi method we don't need to use this demand and supply. But if they did not give any allocation, we have to undergo with any of the initial feasible methods. At that time, we need demand and supply, right?
They will give demand and supply.
Oh, you just now said we need that.
Yeah. Shavani, listen. See, if they ask you to find out allocations, then definitely they will give demand and supply.
Okay.
Right? Suppose if they give already these allocations, they may not give demand and supply because it's not required, right? Because it was already calculated. Okay. Hope you understand.
Yes, sir.
Right? So if they did not give you allocations, then definitely they may give demand and supply in the problem. Okay. If they gave allocations, then definitely they may not give this demand and supply because it's not required. We are not working on that demand and supply because they already gave allocations is done. So not required to work on demand and supply. Okay. Now listen, I'm explaining to you the procedure first under Modi method. Okay. Now, first one, is it clearly visible to you?
Yes, sir.
So first one, you have to take only assigned cells. You have to take only assigned cells. Now in this problem, any one of you, can you please tell me which one is the assigned cell? I want only x11, 211 like that. Assigned cells.
X11.
Okay.
X4, X14.
X14.
X23.
X23.
X24.
X24.
X32.
X32.
X34.
X34. Good. So first in the Modi method, right, which we are calculating assigned cells. So you need to find out assigned cells values. Okay. So how to calculate this assigned cells values, right? So which is Cij equals to Ui plus Vj. Okay, clear? to find out assigned cells values, right? Cij equals to ui plus vj. What is this Cij, right? Now, as of now, even Shravani said allocation is x11, sir. Now, what is this? Which is x11 or C11. Hope you understand. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
following?
Yes, sir.
So, what is I?
I1, sir. I equal to 1.
I equals to which is row wise. Okay, clear, right? And J is column. Okay, Cij, or maybe I may say x11 or I may say C11. Hope you understand. Even if I mention either maybe Cij or x11 or C11, I think you are understanding, right, what I'm talking about.
Sir, can you explain one more time?
Yeah, let me explain to you one more time, or else I will write this. Wait. See, first step in Modi method, which is you have to find out assigned cells. Okay, so first you have to draw assigned cells. Okay, so assigned cells, so you are drawing like this. Okay, which one? 19, 5 and 10, 2, 40, sorry, 4, right? Ten to 47, then 62, then 8, 8, 20, 10. So I wrote only assigned cells here. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, that is what even I'm talking about here. So when you write like this in under Modi method, right? So to find out this, Cij equals to ui plus vj. Okay, so and even follow my instructions. Okay, so whereas here in the first row 2 allocations, second row 2 allocations, third row 2 allocations, first column is only 1 allocation, second column is only 1 allocation, third column is only 1 allocation, fourth column is 3 allocations. Okay, it's simple, right? See, even when you are solving the problem in the linear programming problem, to find out x2 we assumed x1 0. Then if you assume x1 0, then remaining value will get x2. Is it clear? Same here, which I'm assuming this is u1, this is u2 and this is u3. Okay, and this is v1 and this is v2 and this is v3 and this is v4. Are you following? Row wise I'm taking u1, u2, u3. Column wise I'm taking v1, v2, v3, v4. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah, fine. Now see, to find out this u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3, v4 related to assigned cells in the Modi method, first one, you have to find out this u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3, v4 by using this, which is Cij equals to ui plus vj. Okay, so what is this? So see, if I assume u3 0, okay, then I can find this v4, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so first I have to find out this, which is x34. So I am writing here that is this is Cij means x34. So u3 plus v4. So what is I? What is I? Row.
Rows.
What is J?
Columns.
Column. That's it. Okay, so I'm finding this. So x34. So u3 plus v4. That's it. If you have any questions, ask me now. Any questions? No? Come on guys, respond. Yes or no? No? Fine. This is first step. Okay. So by doing that, we are going to get V4. Now if you get V4, right, then you can find this also, right? It is X24. Okay. Then if you get this, then you can find this, because we already calculated this U3, then even you can get V2. Okay. Then we got already this, then we will calculate this. Okay. When you calculate this, then we can calculate this. I will explain to you step by step to make you understand this. Just I wrote this. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after doing this, assign cells. Next step, which is unassigned cells. Unassigned cells. Unassigned cells. So as of now, we calculated assigned cells. Then after that, which you have to calculate unassigned cells values. So unassigned cells, 3 rows, 4 columns. Now any one of you can please tell me unassigned cells? X12 unassigned, X13 unassigned, X21 unassigned, X22 unassigned, X41 unassigned, sorry, X31 unassigned, X33 unassigned. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we already got U1 values, U2 values, U3 values, V1 values, V2 values, V3 values, V4 values. Okay. So to calculate unassigned cells, which is Dij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. To calculate unassigned cells, Dij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. Now simple, directly, which I am calculating unassigned one, which is first one, this is, that is X12. Okay. So what is this? Dij X12 or C12. Clear? So I am writing here same, which is Cij X12 minus, how to write? Is it U1?
U2, sir.
X12. X12. You are finding X12. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Finding X12. So if it is X12, right, U1 plus V2. Simple blind assumption. When you are writing here X12, this one it becomes U1, this 2 becomes V2. That's it. Okay. Now, Shravani, now I need to find out X13.
U1 plus V3, sir.
Sorry?
U1 plus
X13.
X1,
X13.
X13 minus U1 plus V3.
That's it. To find out X21, Ramana.
X21, sir.
Hmm.
X21 minus U2 plus V1, sir.
U2 plus?
V1.
Exactly. Good. X22.
X22 X22 minus U2 plus V2, sir.
That's it. Soumya, are you there? Akhila? Is it Akhila?
Sir, Akhil, sir.
Akhileshwar.
Akhil.
Okay. Akhileshwar? Akhil.
Sir. Sir,
So 3 1.
x31 minus u3 plus v1.
Yes, same. Akhilesh. X33.
x33 minus u3 plus v3, sir.
That's it. Okay. Now, so this unassigned cells Dij values you should get greater than equals to 0. Right? So Dij should be greater than equals to 0. Right? Or Dij is equals to 0. Of course, I'm mentioning here. Then suppose if Dij value is less than 0, then further procedure is there. 3 conditions here. Okay. So Dij must be, you should get positive values. You should get positive values. Any doubts up to here? Any doubts up to here? If you have any doubts, please ask me. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No, right? Now suppose we did not got positive values, then next procedure is there. Suppose if you get Dij values all greater than equals to 0, right? Then which we are going to be stop this procedure, and this problem is optimal. Then wherever we got the allocations, and we'll take the same values, right? So we'll multiply 19 into 5 plus 10 into 2 plus 40 into 7 plus 60 into 2 plus 8 into 8 and 20 into 10, and we'll show that total transportation excuse me values. That's it. Suppose Dij value is less than 0, we got minus 4 in somewhere, where it is, maybe you choose any one particular place. Suppose if you got at here 30, where is 30? This is x22. X22, in the x22 column, right? Are you following? In the x22 column, where you got negative, if you got negative, then procedure will be different like this. Most important one, please understand. Now next one, which again we are going to be right, 19.5 allocations, 10 to 47, 62, 8, 8, then 20, 10. Okay. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Now see, you did first assign cells, you calculated to find out u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3, v4 values. Then by using Cij equals to ui plus vj. Then after that you calculated unassigned cells, right? Dij equals to Cij minus ui plus vj. Then what is the condition? All Dij values should be positive or greater than equals to 0 or equals to 0. Suppose if Dij value, any one Dij value is negative, then further procedure is there. Then what is that procedure which I'm explaining to you? Now after that, what you are going to be do, you have to write one more table and with the allocations. Okay, so I say to you, you got minus 4 where somewhere x22 right? So you got negative value x22. This is, then you are going to be assume this is as theta. This is as theta. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Now the most important one, here you need to construct a loop. Okay, so when you are constructing a loop, that loop has to be end with the assigned cell. that loop has to be end with the assigned cell, and that too loop has to be go either maybe vertical or horizontal. This is two conditions. Now Ramana, tell me, I said right, loop has to be end with any assigned cell.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so if I want to construct a loop here, right, so I may go ahead like this, I may stop here, yes or no, because this is assigned cell x24, yes or no,
Yes, sir.
or I may stop here itself, I may stop here because this is assigned cell.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Now if I stop here, I say to you, right, so either maybe that loop has to be go vertical or maybe horizontal and has to be close in that particular point itself where you start. Okay, suppose you started here and you will go like this and you will end here, which is assigned cell, and you will go here and you will end here, which is assigned cell, and you will go here and you will end here and you will stop here where you started. Okay, now listen. Now suppose if I stop here, then I have to go either maybe down or maybe up. Is there any assigned cell here?
No.
So I may not stop here. Hope you understand. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now
sir.
see, listen
Yes, sir.
carefully. Listen carefully. So see, I'm drawing a loop from here to here because this is assigned cell. Yes or no? Are you
Yes, sir.
following? Now I'm going here because I'm not stopping here because this is not assigned cell. This is assigned cell. So I may stop here. Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then again I may go here because this is assigned cell. I can stop here. Now maybe you may ask a question, sir, rather than stopping here you may stop here, right? Yes, you can stop here, but this has to be end here. Now if you end here, is it possible to close to theta? Theta is here, right? So loop has to be go and loop has to be end with the any assigned cell, and that too either maybe horizontal or vertical. This is a basic rule to construct a loop. Are you following? If you have any questions, please ask me.
Sir, we can even start from here, no sir, starting from theta to 40,
Theta to 40.
yeah, 40 to 60 to 20.
No. You cannot stop like that. When you stop here 40, that has to be go either maybe up or maybe down. You cannot stop here and you cannot go to the next point. No. If you stop here, now who is this? Who asked this question?
Nikita, sir.
Nikita. Now suppose if I stop here, you have to go either maybe up or maybe down. Is it any assigned cell in either maybe x13 or x2 or x33?
No,
That's
sir.
That's it. Okay. Now see, listen. Now rather than stopping here in the 60, I may go ahead 10. I may stop here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now if I stop here, then where I can stop? Again,
At 19.
x
X11, sir.
x11. If I stop here, is it possible to reach theta?
No.
No, sir.
Because there is no assigned cell. So this is the logic. If you understand this procedure, then it is easy to you to go ahead further step. If you have any questions, please ask me now itself, because I got theta here, right, which is negative value, and to construct a loop has to be end with the any assigned cell. This is basic funda and rule also. Loop has to be end with any assigned cell, right? So I may stop here, and from here to here, right? And here to here, and here to, then finally I will reach here. Is it fine? If you have any questions, please ask me now itself. Any type of questions, even if it is silly also, no problem, please ask me. Don't hesitate.
Sir, same doubt, sir. Even if we start from 40 also, we'll end it with the allocated cell only, no, sir.
Even where we got theta?
Even if we start from 40, sir, 40 to 60, 60 to 20.
You are saying
again,
about that, you are saying about that we got theta value at 40.
No, sir. My doubt is like, why can't we start from, I mean, theta to 40, 40 to 60
No.
in that way?
No,
Why
no,
can't
no.
we draw a loop from there?
Yeah. That is what even I'm saying. So if you stop here, right, either your movement has to be go up or down. Either your movement has to be go up or down. If you stop here and you are saying about that, again I may stop here itself, right? Because you are saying about the rule which is theta, that loop construction has to be stop any assigned cell. Then in between you may not stop like that. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may not stop here. In between, even if you have any assigned cells, you may not stop. Okay, so all of you understood this rule? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Fine.
can you explain once?
Okay. Now listen carefully. So we first calculated assigned cells by using Cij equals to ui plus vj. Then we got u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v4 values. That is called assigned cells. Now once if you calculated assigned cells, then you calculated unassigned cells. So you identified unassigned cells and you already got u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3, v4 by using dij equals to Cij minus ui plus vj. Fine. Then you get the values. Now condition in the dij values, if you get all positive, your problem is optimal and you will stop and you will calculate total transportation cost and you will close that. Suppose if your dij value is less than 0, then problem arises. Then again you have to check where you got negative value. Okay. Now one more basic funda here. Now listen carefully. We got -4 and -6. -4 and -6. Which one is the least value here?
-6.
-6. That's it. So you have to consider this -6. You got -4, -6, -8. Then you have to consider -8 as a theta. Okay, clear? Now listen. Now we got -4. Where we got that theta value, which is in x22 here. Okay. Now how to construct a loop? Loop, listen carefully. Loop has to be end with any assigned cell. This is basic one. Loop has to be end with any assigned cell. Right? And the one more thing, loop has to be go either maybe vertically or maybe horizontally. It may not go like this. It may not go cross like this. It may not go cross like this. Okay, clear? Now, so we got theta here and we identified. So once if you identified that, then next one, fine. So loop has to be end with any assigned cell. Loop has to be end with any assigned cell. Okay, so you may now listen carefully. Now if I go up, there is no assigned cell, I may not go. If I go like this, you may not go. And if we go like this is wrong. If you go like this is wrong because there is no assigned cell, as Akila said. So why won't you stop here? Now my point is here, if you stop here, either you may go up or maybe down. Now suppose if you go up, there is no assigned cell. If you go down, there is no assigned cell, which is why I'm not stopping here. And simple, when you are going right, or when you are constructing a loop, that has to be end with the assigned cell. And even in between, if you find anything, then you have to cross that. You may
Sir,
not stop.
we can make the loop starting from theta 40, 60 to, and we can end it near 80 and come to theta.
So that is what even I'm saying. Even Akila also asked the same thing. So she said, right, so theta which is in the x22, right? So why won't you stop in x23? Okay.
They are
Strategy.
saying from the assigned cell we have to either go up or down. We should not go sideways.
Yes. Okay. Now see, even Akila said, so if you stop here, you can stop here and you can go here, right, sir? You said loop has to be end with the assigned cell. Now if you stop here and you may not go directly like this, then you have to go either maybe up or maybe down. And even in between, if you find any assigned cell, you may not stop. That is also one rule. Okay, clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now my loop has to be end with from here to 8, and from here to then here, and from here to and here, which is in x24, and from here to here. Okay, so why I'm stopping here itself? Because the basic rule, right, loop has to be end with assigned cell. Now, so I will start from here and I will end here, and I will stop here and I will end here, and I will stop here. Now conditions, let me explain to you. So if you start from here and you ended here and you did not stop here because there is no assigned cell, right, then you have to stop here because this is assigned cell. And from here, rather than stopping here, you can directly go here. Yes or no? Akila?
Nikita, sir.
Nikita, sorry, I register Akila. Nikita.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Nikita, from 22, you can stop here, right? Rather than stopping 60, you can stop here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you stop here, then you can go directly either, you cannot stop here and you cannot stop here. You can stop here itself. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, if you stop here, is it possible to reach theta?
No, it's not possible.
Yes, exactly. So, before drawing loop, you have to check. So, don't use pen here to draw the loop. Use pencil. So even if you did any wrong, then you may erase and you may redo or reconstruct loop. Or even if you are familiar and if you know these conditions, then you can use even your pen also, because you may not do any mistakes.
And sir, this loop is constructed based on the lowest negative values itself, sir. Why don't we take positive values?
No, but that is the condition rule. Because if it is a positive, there is no further movement is there. We may stop.
But previously in few problems like simplex problems.
That is different. That is different. Method is different. Simplex is different. Transportation is different. That is what even I say to you know before starting. Simplex method, right? Graphical method, maximization, minimization is different again. And even in the simplex method, procedure is different again, right? And even in two-phase method, procedure is different. In the big M method, procedure is different. In the transportation problems, northwest corner method is one rule. Least cost method is one rule. And even Vogel's approximation method is one rule. Modi method is one rule. So you have to remember all these procedures. Now let me tell you, right? I said to you very clearly, even though I have 12 years of experience of teaching this particular subject, before taking your class, always I will work. Till now. Then what about you? That is my question. So I practiced n number of times, and even you won't believe. I say to you, no, right? So when I was working in JBIT, when I got this particular subject, and when I was sat in the library and I prepared my notes and I solved the problems step by step, still I have that papers with me. So every year, 12 years, right? So I may directly take this class without any hesitation, but without working, I may not enter into the class. One proof I will show you now itself. Let me show. So this is not praising myself. I think, hope maybe you are watching this. Is it clear? Is it clearly visible? Yes or no? No?
No, sir.
Okay, so some workings which I am showing to you, I think, hope maybe it is visible to you now. Okay, so this is C, duality, I worked, and this is northwest corner, even simple also, I worked. And see, yesterday night I sat and I solved problems, which is this. I think, hope you are watching my notes, my workings. Still, it's not necessary, but let me work. So that is my process. So what about you? So see, I solved n number of times. Because of that, even I know very well about the procedure. So ultimately you are sitting in the examination. So how many times you need to practice these problems? So at least 2 times or 3 times, one method to understand. Then it is easy. You can comfortably sit in the examination and you can score without any hesitation. So even if you ask any type of questions in these methods, then I may able to give you answers, because I know very well about that procedure. Clear? So rather than wasting time, we'll go ahead. Is it clear how to construct a loop?
Yes, sir.
Still, if you have any doubts, please ask me. This is most important one. Shall I go ahead? I'm explaining to you procedure now. Even I did not started the problem. Okay. So let me finish this. After that, I will go ahead with the problem. Fine. Did you understand this? I'm not getting. Who is this? Someone asking question?
Yes, sir. 17, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
If
Is a-
theta is in x,
Name.
x1,
Himaja. Okay, fine. Himaja.
if this theta is in x21, then how do we take loop, sir?
X2.
Yes, sir.
So you are saying about the this.
Yes,
Yes
sir.
or no? X12.
Yes, sir.
Simple. This is theta, right? And you cannot stop here, right? Here you can stop.
8.
You can stop. Himaja,
Yes, sir.
you can stop here, because when you are stopping the loop, that has to be has any assigned cell, right? You can stop here. Then if you stop here, you cannot go here because there is no assigned cell. You can go here, and
Yes, sir.
from here you cannot stop here, because as I already said to you, we are talking about this. You can directly go here and you can stop here. That's it. Now if you stop, if your theta is here and if you go here, then there is no further movement. So you have to check like that.
Okay.
All combinations you need to check.
Okay.
All combinations you have to check. Fine. Now, still not yet done, right? Theta we got. So we construct a loop. Then simple. Theta always become plus. This is minus, and this is plus, and this is minus. Okay. So where we ended that loop. So we'll randomly take. So theta, which is plus, plus minus, plus minus. That's it. Even if you have n number of, we'll go like this, plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus, like that. Any questions? To take plus minus? Yes or no? Now theta becomes plus, okay, then either you can go plus minus plus minus plus minus plus minus, like that. Okay, now once if you add this symbols plus minus, okay, remember theta always plus, don't take minus. If you take minus, then wrong. Theta always plus, so plus minus, then forget about this plus signs for time being. So you have to check this minus, right? Next step which I'm explaining to you. So in the minus, in the allocations, right, 8 and 2 is there. Which one is the minimum? 2. So you have to take the 2. If it is a plus symbol, add the 2. If it is minus symbol, subtract with that 2. If it is plus symbol, add the 2. If it is minus, subtract the 2. That's it. By doing that, right, listen, now see, if it is 2, now we are going to be add 2 here, and it becomes 6, it becomes 12, it becomes 0. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, I repeat once again. So I made plus minus symbols, right? So I'm not considering plus symbols, I'm taking only minus symbols. In the minus symbols, right, which is assigned 1, you need to check assigned values, which is 8, 2, right? In that, which one is a minimum? 2 is a minimum. Okay, so if it is a plus symbol, add the 2. If it is minus symbol, subtract with that value. If it is plus, add that value. That's it. So I'm doing here, because its theta is plus 2, this is minus, it becomes 8 minus 2, 6, it becomes 10 plus 2, it becomes 2 minus 2, 0. Now any one of you can please tell me, by doing this, now new table which I'm drawing here, is it visible? Is it visible to you?
Yes.
So this is
Yeah.
19.5, sorry, 19.5, 10, 2, no changes. This is 2, right? This is 47. This is minus 2 minus 2, it becomes 0. Okay, so no allocation. This is 8, 6, and this is 2, 12. Okay, so where we got assigned here 2, then 30. Okay, now what we did here by doing this? By doing this, now if you observe, previously this is assigned cell. Now what about here in the new table? Is it assigned cell?
No.
Now previously this theta is not assigned cell. Now what about now?
Signed one.
Assigned. That's it. Now again we got assigned cells u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3, v4. Find out Cij equals to ui plus vj. You will get the values. Then assign unassigned cells, right, till to get dij values positive. Suppose even once you did, again you calculated unassigned cells, dij value negative, then same procedure till to get dij value positive. This is about your Modi method. 100% you will get this question.
Sir, if we do not get any negative value, then no need to make a loop, sir.
Yes, we'll stop the procedure and we'll calculate total transportation cost. That's it. Your dij values should be positive. So pray to the God in the first table itself. If you get dij values positive, of course you are not going to get dij values positive, at least in the next table. So suppose even if the professor want to test your knowledge, they may give you to get even like this 3 repeated steps. That means 6. So how fast you are. This problem has to be finished before 20-25 minutes at any cost. So if you dig in this, it look like easy itself, but it will eat your time. So that is what even I say to you, basic funda, when you are solving this type of problems, fix the time, 20 minutes, that's it, or 25 minutes. Even if you are not getting answer, leave some space and go ahead with the another problem. For at least steps you will get. And finally, if you have time, then work out, come back and again work out. Clear? Shall we go with the problem? Same problem I'm explaining.
Sir, one small doubt, sir.
Yeah.
If Dij values are same, then what we have to do, sir?
Dij values?
Are same, like -6 and -6.
Is it Ramana again?
Yes, sir.
Ramana. Good. So suppose if it is same values, Dij -4. Okay. So take any one theta. Is it x12 or x13 or x14, x15 or x16? Is it possible to construct a loop? Construct a loop. Most probably, out of my experience in the 12 years, I did not got same values Dijs in any problem. So of course you will not get.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if it is same, right, let us assume like that, if it is the same, okay, so take first one, construct a loop, do it, assign cells and unassigned cells, check Dij. If it is again negative, then same procedure till to get Dij positive. Sir, Sunil sir, positive రమ్మని చెప్పారు కదా అని చెప్పేసి ఈవెన్ నెగిటివ్ అయినా ప్లస్ సింబల్ పెట్టకండి.
Sir, what if we get one of it as a positive, and after doing this loop process, what if positive in one and negative in one, we have to do other one again till we get positive?
Yes, all Dij values should be positive. All Dij values should be positive. Register in your brain, all of you. If it is any one value is negative, then theta, construct a loop, minus value, subtract, add. Then by doing that, unassigned cell will become assigned cells, assigned cell will become unassigned cell, then again assigned cell calculation, and after that unassigned cell calculations till to get Dij values all positive. Clear? Shall we go ahead? Sir, any one of you, can you please tell me what is the procedure step by step? Then after that I will go ahead with the problem. Any one of you, can you please tell me procedure step by step?
First step involves taking only assigned cells.
Assigned cells, okay.
The formula Cij is equal to ui plus vj.
CIJ.
Yeah, assigned cells Cij equals to ui plus vj. Okay, so we'll take u1 u2 u3 v1 v2 v3 v4, right? So row wise u1 u2 u3, column wise v2 v3 v4, and we'll assume u3 0, right? So it is better assuming u3 0. Okay, what is the logic? Even I will explain to you.
In every problem, is it necessary to take u3 value as 0?
Yeah, there is a logic behind that, right? To take u1 or u2 or u3 or v1 or v2 v3 v4, right? So as per the books, which is JK Sharma or SD Sharma, what they are saying about that, so in which row or column which you have a highest allocations, you may take that as 0, and by doing that you are going to get the remaining values. But my request to you, right, so when you are solving these problems, right, so you either you may take that which, if it is a row wise highest allocations or maybe column wise highest allocations, that row or column may become a 0 first. Okay, or else even if you take any one u1 u2 u3 v1 v2 v3, right, 0, then by default you will get the remaining values. But the standard one is that, right? So u3, if you take 0, then it is easy to you to calculate. So I'm making you simplest procedure rather than making complicate. Okay, clear? Yeah, I think someone saying procedure. First one, assign cells, is over. Then next.
Second step involves taking off unassigned cells.
Yeah, good, Nikita. Unassigned cells. What is that formula?
Dij is equals to Cj minus Ui plus Vj.
Cj or Cij?
Cij.
Cij. Dij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. Okay. So once after doing this, you are going to be get Dij values. Now any one of you can please tell me all your Dij values positive. What you will do?
We'll calculate the transportation cost and finish the problem.
Yes, that's it. Suppose your Dij value is negative.
We have to take the least amount and we have to start constructing a loop.
Yes. So what is the procedure to start constructing a loop?
When we start from theta, we have to end with theta and we have to end with an allocated cell.
So see, loop has to be end with assigned cell. Okay, and it should be in a vertical or maybe horizontal form, not in a cross.
Diagonal form.
Yeah, diagonal form. Okay, it may not be in diagonal form. Even if you are taking in a diagonal form, it's wrong. So loop has to be end with vertical or maybe horizontal, right? So by doing that, next step after that,
We again have to calculate the unassigned cells, and if again with the any
no,
of the
no,
values.
no, 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 plus minus plus minus. So which one become plus?
Theta.
Theta value become plus. Then randomly we are going to make plus minus, right? So when you do that, then again,
The least allocated value.
so we have to check minus in that minus least allocated value. Next.
And we have to add and subtract where we put the signs.
Yes, by doing that, what happens?
Any one of the cell which we subtracted becomes unassigned cell.
Yes, exactly. So previously, which is assigned cell may become unassigned cell, and previously assigned cell may become unassigned cells. Now you got new based on that. Then again same procedure. Assigned cells u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3. Then you need to find out the values. Then again unassigned cells Dij to get positive. So you are repeating the same procedure till to get Dij values positive. Okay, shall we go with the one problem? Same problem. Yes or no? Now, so I'm taking here which is assigned cells. So I will ask you questions. Please tell me one by one. Assigned cells, first one 19.5, 10.2, 47, 62, 8, 8, 20, 10. Did we miss any value? Did we miss any value? No, right? So U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4, right? So I'm assuming U3 0. So Cij equals to Ui plus Vj. Cij is equals to Ui plus Vj. So first, which one we need to calculate?
X 3 4.
X3 4. So Cij is equals to ui plus vj. So x34 u3 plus v4, right? x34 value which is 20, u30 plus v4 equals to
20.
20. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now you got v4, right? So you know u30, so you can calculate this. Okay, so which is x.
I think we can write it directly now, sir.
Yeah, so those who know mathematical process, maybe they may understand. So those who did not know, so I'm explaining step by step procedure. Okay, so anyhow in the examination you have to show them you know the procedure, so you have to follow the same thing. So don't go ahead directly values. So at least you need to show that workings.
Okay, sir. So,
Okay, so x32 next. x32 equals to u3 plus v2, right? So x32 8, u30 plus v2, so v2 equals to
8.
8. Okay, so done. Now you got v4, right? So you can find u2. Are you following? So I'm calculating first x24 u2 plus v4, x24 60. So u2 we need to find out. So v4 20. So u2 equals to 60 minus 20. Then u2 equals to how much?
40.
u2 equals to 40. Now when you calculated u2, then you can calculate v3, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I'm calculating, which is x23 u2 plus v3. x23 how much? 40. So u2 how much?
40.
40 plus v3. So v3 equals to
0.
40 minus 40, it becomes 0. So v3 equals to 0. Right? Now next. So we calculated already v4 we got. So you can easily calculate u1. Right? So to calculate u1, which is x14. x14 equals to u1 plus v4. x14 10. u1 plus how much v4 is 20. So u1 equals to 10 minus 20, that is minus 10.
Minus 10.
Are you following? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubts, please ask me. Now see, we calculated first v4, then after that we calculated v2, then after that we calculated u2, then after that we calculated v3, then after that we calculated u1, then we need to find out v1 value now. Okay, so x11 equals to u1 plus v1. x11 19, u1 which is minus 10 plus v1. So v1 equals to 19 plus 10, so that is 29. So
Sir, we can't see, sir.
sorry.
We can't see the screen, sir, or we are writing upwards, sir.
Okay. So because it will take procedure, which is why I have wrote up. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to send to you the recorded version and even the PDF also. You will get that. Is it clear? So v1 equals to
9.
29. Okay, so now we got u1 equals to minus 10, u2 equals to 40, u3 equals to 0, v1 equals 29, v2 equals to 8, v3 equals to 0, v4 equals to 20. Clear? Now, what is next step? What is next step?
Taking unassigned cells.
Sorry?
Taking unassigned cells.
Unassigned cells. So unassigned cells I'm drawing here, which is 3 rows, 4 columns. So x12 unassigned cell, x13 is also unassigned cell, x21 is also unassigned cell, x22 is also unassigned cell, x31 is also unassigned cell, x33 is also unassigned cell. Yes or no? Right? Are you following? So u1 equals to minus 10, u2 equals to 40, u3 equals to 0, v1 equals to 29, v2 equals to 8, v3 equals to 0, then v4 equals to 20. Now next one, how to calculate unassigned cells? Any one of you?
Dij is equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vi.
Bj.
Sorry.
Dij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. Okay. Now, so first one which I am calculating, Dij means, which is D12 x12, right? D12, right? Or Cij, which is x12 minus U1 plus V2. Yes or no? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Now x12 value, how much?
30,
U1 value
10,
plus V2 value
8.
8. So minus into plus, it becomes minus. So how much here? Which is 2. 30 minus 2.
28.
How much?
8, sir.
20?
8.
28.
28.
Okay, clear? Right? Now next one. So I'm rubbing this portion. Fine. Now we find out first one, now second one, which is D13. D13 equals to C13 minus U1 plus V3. So C13 how much? Or X13 how much?
50 minus.
50 minus U1 minus 10 plus V3.
0.
0. Next. How much?
40.
60.
60.
Right? Okay. Now next, which is this one, D21 equals to X21 minus U2 plus V1. Okay. Next, tell me, X21 value, 70 minus 40 plus
40 is 29.
So 70 minus 40 plus 29, 69. It becomes
1.
59.
52. Minus 52.
minus 52.
1.
1.
1, sir.
20 minus 69, which is 1. Right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, next, D22. D22 equals to X22 minus U2 plus V2. X22, which is 30. 30 minus U2, how much? 40 plus V2, which is 8. So 30 minus 48, how much?
Minus 18.
Minus 18. So dragon entered. We got 1 minus 18. Okay. Now, this one, X31 or D31. D31 equals to X31 minus U3 plus V1. X31, how much? 40. 40 minus U3, 0. 0 plus V1, which is 29. So 40 minus 29, how much? Which is 11. Are you following? I think I'm not going fast, right? Hello?
No,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah. Last one, which is D33. D33 equals to X33 minus U3 plus V3. X33, how much? Which is 70. 70 minus U3 is 0 plus V3 is also 0, right? So it becomes 70. Okay. Clear? I think this is 32. It's not 28.
That's 32, sir.
32. Because minus into plus minus becomes minus into minus plus, right? 32. Okay. So see, check here. D1, D12 positive, D13 positive, D21 is also positive, right? D22 we got negative. D22 we got negative. And D31 is also positive. D33 is also positive. Now what is the procedure next? What is the procedure next? Where we got negative?
D22, sir.
D22, right? So now observe here, I'm taking this assigned cells itself directly because the same one, I'm rubbing this one. D22 we got negative. D22 we got negative. Okay. Same one, right? So I'm taking the same assigned cells. Okay. So where we got theta? Here. This is D22. Okay. Same. I have already explained to you, right? So without taking much time, so we'll go ahead with this one from here to here, and from here to here, and from here to here, and from here to here, right? So D222, 322 and 3222, which is 3 X34 and X34 to X24, and again same place. So I'm making here plus minus plus minus. Okay. Now by doing this, whereas which we are going to be get the table like this. Okay, 19, 5, 10, 2. Okay, so I'm making first, there is no change at all, right? So remaining, which is going to be changed. Now what is the procedure next?
Take the least Number.
Subtracting least number
In the
and
minus symbol, you have to take least value. So in the minus symbol, we have 8 and 2, right? So I'm adding that. If it is plus, adding that. So 2 here. And what about here? It becomes 6. And what about here? Is it 12? Yes or no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now what about this one?
0, sir.
It becomes 0. So which is why I'm not drawing here. So 2 minus 2, it becomes 0, right? Even if you are want to make this table and again one more table, it's up to you. Okay. So 60, 0 and this. Okay. So I'm directly making here because it becomes 0. So I'm not taking this. Okay. Now we got here, which is 30. We got assigned cell and I'm taking this in the x2 to 30. As already transportation cost was mentioned in the problem. Any doubts?
No.
Now we got assigned cells again. Now we got assigned cells again, right? So check here, allocations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it non-degeneracy or degeneracy?
Non-degeneracy.
So it is satisfying m plus n minus 1 condition. So non-degeneracy itself. Okay. So then again same thing. So u1, u2, u3, v1, v2, v3, v4. Okay. So to find out this assigned cells, Cij is equals to ui plus vj. Yes or no? So I'm assuming u3 0. First you are going to be find out this. Of course, even we are going to be get these values is same, but once again I'm explaining to you. This is x34 is equals to u3 plus v4, x34 which is 20, u3 0 plus v4, then v4 equals to 20. Yes or no? Are you following? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Or it's already excess? So let me complete this problem. We'll stop. Okay. So we
Okay,
have
sir.
to show dij equals to 0. Okay. Then only we can stop. Now, same. Now I have to find out which is which one? X. Any one of you? Is it x32?
C32.
Yeah. x32. x32 equals to u3 plus v2. x32 value.
Plus V2.
x32 value 8.
8.
u3 0 plus v2.
8.
So v2 equals to 8.
Plus V2. V2 equals to 8.
Yes, exactly. Now see, you got v2, right? So you can find x. You can find where, which one? x22. x22 equals to u2 plus v2. So x22 value which is 30. So u2 plus v2 is 8.
2,
So u2 equals to
8.
30 minus 8. So u2 equals to
8.
20.
22.
22.
u2 equals to 22,
22, sir.
right? Now you got this, then you can find this one, right? That means v3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So I'm finding x23 equals to u2 plus v3, x23 which is 40, then u2 22, plus V3, then V3 equals to 40 minus 22, then V3 equals to
18.
18. Okay, now we got even U3, V4 and even V2, U2, V3. Then you have to find out which is U1, right? So X14 equals to U1 plus V4, X14 which is 10, then U1 we have to find out, then V4 value is 20, then U1 equals to minus 20, then U1 equals to minus 10. Are you following? Now last we need to find out V1. X11 equals to U1 plus V1, X11 which is 19, U1 minus 10 plus V1 we need to find out, then V1 equals to 19 plus 10, then V1 equals to 29. Yes or no? Next step. Next step.
Unassigned cells.
Unassigned cells. Unassigned cells. Okay, so unassigned cells which we have, right, this one which is 30 and this which is 50, that is x12 and x13, then x21 70, x24 60, x31 40, x33 70, right? So x12, x13, x21, x24, x31, x33. Okay, so you got the values which is U1 minus 10, U2 22, U3 0, V1 29, V2 8, V3 18, V4 20. Okay, so first, which is Dij equals to Dij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. So which is D12 equals to x12 minus U1 plus V2. X12 how much? Which is 30. U1 minus 10 plus V2 how much? V2 8. Same. How much we are going to be get here? 32, right?
Yes, sir.
No,
Uh,
28, sir.
minus 10 plus 8. How much?
So,
Which is minus
32.
32. Sorry, sir. Sorry.
32. Okay, clear? Right? Now next we have to find out which is x13 equals to x13 minus U1 plus V3, right? So x13 how much? Which is 50. 50 minus U1 minus 10 plus V3. V3 how much?
18, sir.
18.
D13 equal to 42, sir.
Sorry?
D13 equal to 42.
D13 equals to 42. Okay, minus into plus, it becomes minus. So 8. So 50 minus 8, 42. Now next, this one. Any one of you can please tell me?
D21, sir.
Yes, D21.
D2.
X21 minus U2
U2 plus V1.
plus V1. Now
70 minus
70 minus
22 plus 29.
22 plus 29. How much?
49.
51, sir.
49.
51, sir.
70 minus 49.
No, sir. It's 51, sir.
Huh?
U2 plus V1 equal to 59, sir.
Sir,
21.
It's 51.
19, sir.
29, 22, which is 51. So 70 minus 51, how much?
19.
19, sir.
51, which is 19. Okay. So as of now, x12 we got positive, x13 is also we got positive, and x21, right, is also positive. Now we have to check this one, right? What is that? Which is D24 equals to x24 minus u2 plus v4. So 60 minus u2, how much?
22.
22 plus v4.
20.
20.
60 minus 22, sorry, 42. 60 minus 42, how much?
18, sir.
Is it a positive or negative?
Positive.
Yes. Still, we need to find out even remaining two. Okay. So this one, that is
D31.
x31 minus u3 plus v1. u3 plus v1. Okay. Now, wait 1 second. Yeah. X31 value, how much? Which is 40. 40 minus u3 0 plus v1. v1 how much?
29.
29. 40 minus 29. 11.
Sir. 11.
Yes, sir.
11. So only one value left over. That I am writing here. Okay. Here. That is, so I am writing here in this place,
D3.
which is D33 equals to x33 minus u3 plus v3. x33 which is 70. 70 minus u3 0 plus v3 18. So 70 minus 18, how much?
52, sir.
52.
Finally,
Now
all
check here. This is positive, this is positive, this is positive, this is positive, and this is positive. Now our problem is optimal. So we have to take a latest allocation, that is this one, which is 19 into 5. So any one of you please calculate 19 into 5 plus 10 into 2 plus 30 into 2 plus 40 into 7 plus 8 into 6 plus 20 into 12.
$743.
So we will get total transportation cost, which is 743. Remember, you have to calculate latest allocation, not first one. I did not calculate it based on this. I calculated based on this. This is latest one. So don't do that mistake. So you have to calculate based on latest allocations. On this latest allocations which you got optimal, so you have to calculate this allocations, where we got x12, x14, x3, x22, x23, x32, x34, which is 743. This is about your Modi method, UV method. Okay. Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Ramana,
Sir.
explain the procedure. So if you get the same question, then how you are going to be solve the problem? Tell me.
Sir, first of all, we have to take all assigned cells, sir.
Okay.
There is a formula for assigned cells.
Listen,
Cij equal.
listen, Ramana, my question, you did not got any assigned cells. What you are going to be do?
Sir, first of all, we have to assign the cell based on the supply and demand, sir.
Okay.
Then after we will get allocation, sir.
Okay. Which method you will apply?
Unless otherwise, if they won't specify, I will go with northwest corner rule, sir.
Okay, fine, good. So if they did not mention anything, right, rather than going with the northwest corner method, it is better go ahead with the WAM method. If they mention northwest corner method, so you don't have any option, so apply northwest corner method, that's it. Okay. If a professor asks you apply maybe least cost method and show the optimality, so you have to apply least cost method and optimality, that's it. If they ask you apply WAM method and show the optimality, so you have to apply WAM method, that's it. That's it. If they did not ask you any method, then apply WAM method. Okay, go ahead, Ramana. Next.
We have to go with assigned cells, sir. We
Okay.
have to find all assigned cells. Then after we have to go with unassigned cells, sir.
So how you are going to find out assigned cells? What is the
Assigned
formula?
cells, Cij equal to Ui plus Vj, sir.
Good. Okay.
Where I represent rows and J represents columns.
Okay.
Then we have to go with unassigned cells.
Okay.
Unassigned cell, there is a formula Dij equal to Cij minus
Hmm.
Ui plus Vj, sir.
Okay.
If Dij value is greater than or equal to 0,
Mm-hmm.
all Dij values greater than or equal to 0, then we can find the cost.
Total transportation cost.
Yes, sir. If Dij value is negative, then we have to do again.
Mhm.
Then we have to take loops, sir.
Okay. Then you have to work out on loop.
Procedure. Yes,
Hmm.
sir.
Hmm.
Then after again we have to go with same procedure, sir.
So where you got the negative value, you need to identify, and that a column or row, or maybe especially that particular cell may become a theta, so which you are identifying. Then after that, so once if you identify theta, then loop has to be end with any assigned cell, and the loop should go either maybe vertical or horizontal, not diagonal. Exactly. Okay. So once if you construct a loop, then next, Ramana.
Then once we construct a loop, then we can get another one assigned
No,
cell.
no, 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 no. There is a procedure in between. What is that? So you have to check minus symbol.
Yes, sir. Plus minus.
Yes.
We have to take the least assigned value, sir.
Yes. In the minus symbol, right? So you have to check the assigned value, which one is the least one. Then by taking that least value, so if the plus symbol, you are adding that value. If it is a minus symbol, you are subtracting with that value. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Next.
Then we will get a theta value, sir. We have to assign that we have to allocate that value, least value.
Mm-hmm.
Then we will get another assigned cell, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Then after again we have to calculate Cij values.
Okay.
Cij values. After calculating Cij values, again we have to calculate unassigned cells, sir.
Yeah. So you have to calculate assigned cells and unassigned cells. Good.
And after if anything, 1 minute, sir. For unassigned cell, if Dij value, all Dij values are positive, then the problem
will become an optimal.
Then we can get cost, sir. Total
Then
transportation
we'll
cost.
calculate total transportation cost and we'll close the problem. Suppose even still you get negative value, then
Again we have to go with theta, sir.
yeah, loop construction, same thing. So when you are going to be stopped in the Modi method till Dij value to get all values positive. So if you did not get positive value, the same procedure until unless to get Dij values positive. So we'll repeat the same procedure. Okay, and remember, I'm repeating so many times when I'm teaching the class. So how many of you understanding my point when I was explaining to you, even I'm giving some hints how to follow instructions in the examination. Okay, simple. When you get a question paper, right, read that problem completely and try to understand that problem, then start. Okay, now let me tell you one important thing. Suppose Ramana, your roll number?
15, sir.
15. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So due to COVID, I think they are giving each room 12 members, right? Or 6 members. Huh?
Maybe, sir. We don't know.
Yeah, okay, fine. Suppose let us take an example. Ramana is the first person sitting in the room. And the invigilator obviously will give to the question paper Ramana only. Let us assume like that. Okay. Rest of the students are eagerly waiting to the Ramana face. Ramana saw the question paper and he's showing about his face to everyone. It's too difficult. Then everyone may felt it's a difficult only. So don't see and don't check your friends' faces, or maybe until unless you get the question paper. Once if you get a question paper, right, calmly each and every question read. Even if you don't know about the first question, go ahead with the second question, third question, fourth question, fifth question, and sixth and seventh and eight questions, right? Understand the question paper. And I said, right, so Sunil sir said understand the question paper, don't take half an hour time. Okay, so only glance within 1-2 minutes, that's it. Then identify which problem you can attempt 100% without any hesitation. Suppose if it is transportation problem, right, and suppose if it is a linear programming problem, and suppose if it is a game theory, so identify. So if you know 100% confidence, yes, pakka I will get the answer for this particular problem, I have a 100% confidence, attempt those questions first. Okay, so 100% confidence first, then 90% confidence next, then 80, then 70, then 60, then 50, then 40, like that. Okay, clear? And try to understand the question. I say to you, suppose if they ask you find out optimality, most of the students, right, they may not read. Yes, they gave transportation problem and northwest corner method was visible, and even Vogel's approximation method was visible. So you will apply 3 methods and it came out, hooray, I got 14 marks. No. Read, understand what they asked and apply. Okay, so this is basic funda when you are writing examination. Do you have any questions? I think hope you understand the procedure, Modi method. So Modi is also called UV method. Simple. First one, which is if they gave assigned cells, fine, you are not applying any initial basic feasible solution. If they did not give any assigned cells to you, then obviously what you have to do, right? So you have to apply any initial basic feasible solution. So when you apply any basic feasible solution, if they mention maybe a northwest corner method, apply that northwest corner method. If they ask you least cost method, apply least cost method. If they ask you WAM method, apply WAM method. If they did not ask any method, right, just please remember, apply WAM method. Okay, so once doing that, you are going to get allocations. Once if you get an allocations, then start with the assigned cells, right? By doing assigned cells, the formula, right, to identify the U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3, V4 values, right, which is Cij equals to Ui plus Vj, right? Then after that, which is unassigned cells, Dij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj, right? Now, after doing that, if you get Dij values all positive, then you will stop and you will write total transportation cost and you will close the problem. Suppose if you get any Dij value is negative, then identify that particular place and mark as theta and construct a loop, right? To construct a loop, right, loop has to be end with the assigned cell, right? And even that loop has to be go ahead with the either maybe vertical or horizontal. It should not be go in a diagonal way, right? So once if you do, then theta will become plus, then remaining minus plus minus, then you have to check minus in the minus, which one is the least allocated value. So take that least allocated value. If it is a plus, add that plus. If it is minus, and subtract with that particular value. Then by doing that, unassigned cell may become assigned cell, unassigned cell may become unassigned cell. Then again you are going to be get new table. Then based on that, you are working on again assigned cells and unassigned cell till to get Dij positive. So if you get Dij positive, show the optimal and calculate transportation cost, total transportation cost, and close the problem. Right? Okay. Do you have any doubts under this Modi method? Do you have any doubts under Modi method?
Sir,
No? Yeah. Someone is asking.
we have assumed U3 as 0, no sir?
Yes.
We can't take U2 or U1.
Yes, you can take, but the logic behind that, right, to take 0, which row or column has highest maximum allocations? That is the logic as per J.K. Sharma and S.D. Sharma. But Sunil sir, blind formula, right? So go ahead, U3 0, right? Then you will get the values. Or maybe, yeah.
If in case we don't have any allocated values in U3,
Okay, that is what even I'm saying. You so see, blind assumption is that, right? If you take U1 0, you will get the remaining value. If you take U2 0, you will get remaining value. If you take U3 0, then you are going to be get the value. That is what even J.K. Sharma and S.D. Sharma is also clearly mentioning. Who is J.K. Sharma and S.D. Sharma? Those two guys are not my friends, authors. Right? Who is J.K. Sharma and S.D. Sharma?
Others.
Authors, right? So I'm talking about famous authors of this QABD books, J.K. Sharma and S.D. Sharma. So as per J.K. Sharma and S.D. Sharma, what they are mentioning about that, as already Savani asked, suppose you did not get any assigned cells in U3. So as per J.K. Sharma and S.D. Sharma, they are saying about that which row or column having maximum assigned cell, that may become 0. Okay, clear? Right?
Sir, will there be any difference in the answer?
No. You will get same answer. Finally, maybe the values may differ. A final answer you will get same. Suppose someone take U1 0 and someone took U2 0, then maybe the values is different, but final answer you will get same.
Okay, sir.
Right? Okay, so afternoon 2 to 3 will meet in the next class, which is BRM. Fine. Good day. We'll meet in the afternoon. So shall I send one practice problem to you? I will give one more problem. Let us see how many of you solved. Even if I'm giving only 1 or 2 is solving.
Sir, in this Modi method, will we be getting unbalanced questions, sir? Is there any scope for that?
Yeah. So you're talking about which is degeneracy.
Yes, sir.
A degeneracy is one more method. Let me explain to you tomorrow. So I'm not going to. You will get. If you always, you need to check whether the allocations. Once if you got allocations, you need to check m plus n minus 1 condition is satisfying or not. If it is satisfying, then we'll go ahead with this procedure. So even if it is not satisfying, then the procedure which is going to be different, right? So we'll discuss that in the later next class. Okay, if it is degeneracy condition, how it is going to be solve the problems. Most probably 99.99% they may not give you degeneracy related problems. This is pakka. Suppose if the crack professor like Sunil sir, if he want to test your knowledge, then definitely he may give degeneracy condition. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You may not get, but anyhow it was included in your syllabus. We'll discuss that condition also. When we'll say degeneracy, it is less than m plus n minus 1 condition.
Yes, sir.
That's it. So as of now, I have not included that degeneracy condition. If I include degeneracy condition, you may get confused, which is why I did not include it. Okay. So Modi procedure is this. If it is non-degeneracy condition, most probably 99.99% you will not get a degeneracy related problems. I'm sure about that out of my experience. But suppose sometimes maybe a professor want to test your knowledge, he may give. That will solve, right? That is also one more procedure, same procedure, but little bit change is there. So we'll discuss that. Okay. Shall we close? So we'll close the session and we'll meet in the afternoon 2 to 3. So it's not as per the old schedule I say to you, which is in the evening 4 o'clock, right? It's not 4, 2 to 3. I already mentioned in the WhatsApp. So we'll meet afternoon 2 to 3 in the BRM class. Okay. Shall I send one question to you to practice?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
How many of you solve the problem? Tell me now. Because only 2 or 3 is solving. So if that is the case, then it's waste to give. Tell me how many of you solve confidently.
I will solve, sir.
I'll do, sir.
Ravani, Ramana, good. Okay, next.
I'll also do, sir.
Okay, good. Good. So I'm expecting answer from each and every one. I'm expecting answer from each and every one. Okay, even though if you get wrong also, no need to worry. Just practice to know the procedure. See, my intention is here not to check total transportation cost, which is 743. At least if you make this and if you make impression to the evaluator, yes, this student know this procedure. If you write Cij equals to Ui plus Vj, then I know, yes, this student know very well. If you write unassigned cells Dij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj, yes, I may understand, yes, this person knows very well. And if you draw the loop construction, right, in a systematic way, then I may easily understand. I may give you out of 14, even if you get a wrong answer, total transportation cost, I will give you 8 marks. Because you wrote, right, you come across with the step-by-step procedure. Somewhere you did wrong, maybe instead of plus 19 you have taken minus 19 like that. Because of that, maybe it will give a wrong answer. For the procedure, definitely will get the marks. So you should know that procedure. Even if you are fine to land with the final answer, well and good, you will get 14. For that it required practice. That is what even I'm saying. At least invest every day 1 hour for this QABD, then it is easy. I may give guarantee to each and every one will pass. 36 out of 36 will pass. Those are not using pen and paper and those are not investing 1 hour time for this. Okay. Yeah. So after this session, I'm going to forward to you one problem, right? So let us see how many of you solve that problem. Good day. We'll meet in the afternoon.